Right, sheet number 2. Just before I do sheet number 2, I want to just talk to you a bit about how I'm going to mount these. I've got A2 mount board. This is very, very thick card. It's totally inflexible, which is amazing. And what I'm going to do is mount them on here. Now, I was going to buy some sliders and attach them at the top with sliders, because I thought that might work in terms of people picking them up, say in London, but I don't know if I need to do that. So I'm still querying this, but I do have these. I've got about 6 of these, I think. I ordered them on the internet. Let me just count them. They're just behind the camera here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I've only got, including that one, I've only got 5. I might have to order some more to mount a lot of work before London. But anyway, so that's my plan. I'm going to put this bit away. I haven't done any more work on it yet. I've got the other one as well to the side to do the stitching around the circular areas. So I'll put that over there, and I'll put this away just behind the camera. I have them all stacked up here. Right, now I'm going to use for this one this acrylic paper. I like this acrylic paper because I love the surface of it. It's almost got like a linen surface. That's Daler Rowney A3 acrylic paper. So I'm going to take a sheet of this out of here. This is a new pad. It's quite expensive, this paper, but a pad lasts me all the time. I'm trying to think how much this was. It might have been about £16 in money. But there's, how many sheets does it say? Can you see there? 20 sheets. So that's like 80p a sheet, isn't it? It's about $1.10 for one sheet. But I mean, I just think I spend so much time on this kind of thing that I should buy the best that I can, really, wherever I can. So I want all these sheets to be the same size. So I've already measured this one, width-wise, 28 wide. By the length, I'm going to have to go and get the other one, aren't I, to see the length, because that one's shorter, so. Right, I'm back. Hopefully the length will be the same, otherwise. Oh, it is, yeah, so that's alright. So my length's fine. So 28 inches wide. By the same length. So if I move that one now and see how wide this is, I'm talking centimetres now. Right, this one is 29.5, so I need to cut it down. So what I'm going to do is mark it at 28. I'm not going to use my lines because I get confused. It doesn't take much, I know that. So mark it at 28. And cut that down. Now I'm probably doing this because there's something else to come next, and it'll probably turn out that I'm doing it the most ridiculous roundabout way possible, but I'm working the way that I'm comfortable working. Right, so I can disregard that now. Don't need that piece, and it's not really going to be much use to me anyway, so I'll just fold that up and put it away. Now then, the thing with this one is that I'm going to make it in 2 halves. Well, not 2 halves, in 2 pieces, with a piece inserted. So what I'm going to do now, I still want it to result in a piece that's 28 inches wide, but I'm going to cut it now on, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11 inches wide. So I'm going to cut it at 8 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. But having said that, let me come up a bit. You can see better down here. Let me just 8 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. Right. Or should I do it 7? I'm going to do it 7, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cut it down there. And then what I'm going to do, but not yet, then I'm going to cut it again 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. Okay, and I'm going to remove that 1.5 inches. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is this is acrylic paper, remember. I'm going to cut a piece of paper that's easy to stitch on, that isn't acrylic paper, and I'm going to cut it 1, 2, 3, 4 inches wide. Okay, so I'll move that to there. One, two, three, 4. That's straight. Yeah. Oh, because see, if anyone could mess up a straight line, even with a board and a ruler, it's me. Right. Put that to one side. So now, first thing I will do is work on this piece. Then I'll work on that piece, and then I'll work on this piece. And what's going to happen is that piece is going to lay under these 2 pieces of acrylic paper with 1.5 inches of it visible. And then in theory, if I've done this right, that should still measure 28 across. No, it doesn't, it's less. So what's going on there? I'll tell you what, it was 11 inches, wasn't it? So if I put it on there, like that, and 1.5 inches of it visible, and put this one back, actually. Did I have 1.5 inches visible, or 1 inch? That's better, that's 28 now. So what's happened there is underneath I've got like a seam, a paper seam, to allow me to join those pieces together. Okay, so I'm going to work on that bit first, and I'm going to do some random circles and pin pricking that are inspired by what's been going on here. Okay, so it's going to be a continuation of this, but in a different way. So, right, so the first thing to do, I'm going to actually mark this. So I want 1.5 inches up the centre. On the right side it's fine because I can rub it out. So if I did it there, so say I did it there. Okay, just let me, that's half and that's 1. No, I need to do it here maybe. I'm trying to make sure it's in the centre. No, so it needs to be on the 3/4 line. Get a grip, Karen. 3/4 line. Hopefully. Let me just mark that and see. Right, and 1.5 inches on that line there. Let's have a look. Yeah, so there's my 1.5 inches. Right, so this is, I'm going to stitch in here. That's what's going to happen in here with French knots and beads. But do you know what? I'm just thinking as well. I'm going to make it narrower actually, that stitched area, because I'll tell you why. I'm going to go and get some beads. I want to see the width of my beads. So it's, I won't be a second. Right, I'm back. I'm thinking it's going to have to be a lot narrower than I thought, because I want my beads to reach across. Doesn't say how long they are. I bet you. I'm just over ½ inch. I'm only going to have ½ inch, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that really doesn't matter, because this is a case of me adapting the piece to the findings, to the things I've gathered. So if it's ½ inch, it's ½ inch. Doesn't matter to me. So less stitching anyway. Although that's not really. So I need to go 1/4 on each side. It'll still have impact. Trust me. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Believe it or not, I do. I do. Half. I mean, there's a big difference, isn't there, between 1.5 inches and 1/2. But trust me, it's still going to have impact. But that means that it's probably not going to be 28 across now, so I might need to cut a bigger piece of acrylic paper. But that doesn't matter either. I do. Right, so I need to cut another strip of acrylic paper. That measures 23.5. Actually, I should be measuring to here, shouldn't I? 19, so I need another bit 9 wide. 9 wide. 19 and 9 is 28, isn't it? Of acrylic paper. So I'll do that now, and then I'll be able to keep all those pieces together. Where have I put my pad? Who's pinched my pad? Here it is. So 9 I said, didn't I? Take a look. Don't ever waste this paper. Don't think that it's going to be disregarded. It isn't. It'll come in. Trust me. I've got a stack of paper here at the side of me. I'm just going to put it away so I don't knock it off. Just here behind the camera. I want a plan chest, but they're too expensive and I haven't got anywhere to put one. Which is actually, it's a plan chest, but you could also call it a map chest, you know, with those big wide drawers. Right, so let me measure that again. It's more like technical drawing, isn't it, than embroidery. I'm doing it to that line, so that's 9, 28, it's 9, I need 9. Get rid of my rubbish. Get rid of my rubbish. And I actually played with this a bit before class, again like the other one, and if you look, that was my playing. I can't even see if you can see because the sun's so strong. That's only ½ inch, isn't it? So I'm not far off what I intended to do anyway. So I'm going to cut this over here 9 centimetres. Measure it with my ruler instead of using my lines. Don't know if you can see, but I can't see my viewer because the sun's so strong, and I'm not going to complain about the sun because I complain when there isn't any sun. So you can't have it always, Mrs. Rowan. 9. So So I don't know if I need any sliders. Oh, I need sliders though for my I've got ledger pages from Simply Stitch. I'm going to get them in a minute actually, while you're here, and see if I need sliders for them, or whether they'll just mount on the board, or whether I should just order more mount board. Right. So that will go there. And if I can add up properly, that should be 28. But we all know that I can't, so I'm doing this blind, you know, because I'm going to just shut my middle blind because I can't see the viewer. You might not be able to see any of this. Yeah, you can. Sorry. 28. Sorted. I'll just put this bit of paper away. So what I'm going to do next, after I've had a look at these sheets with you, is, I'm just looking, now I could put that in now, okay, I could attach that now with masking tape on the back, but the reason I'm not is because I don't like stitching through masking tape. I don't like putting thread or needles through masking tape, so that's not going to happen. That's going to be done last, okay. So what I'm going to do now, in a minute, is mark out some circles on the back of here, different sizes, and I'm going to pinprick those circles on both sides. This one is going to be so much less complicated than the first one, but I promise you it will be equally as dramatic, but in a different way, okay? So first of all, I don't think these boards are big enough for those Simply Stitch 5 sheets. Just let me, because I need to, just give me a sec. No, they're not big enough, are they? Oh, but they would be with a slider at the top, wouldn't they? That would be okay. If I just got sliders and put them on the top, it would be. And if you're going to pick this up in London, you're going to have to pick it up underneath and wear white gloves probably. Because if I get bigger mount boards, then it's just going to be transporting it all, isn't it? I'll have to have a think about that, but I just wanted to check that now. Sorry about that. I'm just putting this away behind me because loads of stuff slid on the floor, and even though I've got a clean floor, that's away behind me, and I'll put this away again. Backwards and forwards, behind the camera again. So I need to move my chair over so I can sit down. I've got my pencil and my compass. I've got my needles. So I'm just going to turn off and sort that blind out again. So that I'm not blind when I'm doing this. Won't be a sec. Right, I'm on the back now. So I'm going to get my compass and my pencil. And I'm literally just going to draw different size circles on here, but I also want to get a bit of dramatic stuff going on. So I'm going to have, like as if I've got a massive one coming in at the side, okay. So it's going to be a partial circle there. There's going to be a lot of pin pricking going on here, so prepare your fingers. And for cohesion purposes, I'll have a bit more of that size going on that corner. And I'll have a bit more going on up here. Okay. So, and I'll pull it in a little bit and have quite a big one here. Now, I'm going to pinprick these from the back, which will be time consuming. But then when I've done that, I'm going to turn it over to the front and add some of those lovely little black petal things. Have some of them going on. So there's my circles marked on the back. One of them up here. Well, having said that, you know, I've just had another idea while I've been doing this. Just give me a sec. What I could do, I need something here, don't I? Check that it's evenly balanced, you know. So that's that. Let me just turn it around, look at it right way on. I want something here, so I'll have a smaller one here. What I might do, you know, actually, change my mind. I might not have those little petal things in the background. What I might do, something coming on over here and at the bottom. So I think that's evenly balanced now, and then don't forget you need to do it on this. So I'll try and get one a similar size to this going on, just for the sake of consistency, on this other piece. Say there, and down here. Okay. And up here. These big ones are going to be a bit difficult for pin pricking in terms of time and finger pain, but we do need consistency with sizes of circles, so when I've done this one I'll go back over here and make sure I get one that size and get a couple of them little ones going on as well there. And the smaller ones, if you do this straight away then you'll be able to still see your point in the middle, you see. So if I have a small one here, and here, and perhaps coming in off the side up here. There, I think that'll do. Right, okay. So what I'm thinking with these bigger ones actually now is needles. Right, I'll show you now. I'll start with one of these corner ones. Up and down, up, 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 down. And the point of that is now to do some running stitch on there in white. Put a knot in this. Now, starting these off near the edge, it's important. I can't start right at the edge because my tail will show out the side. So what I do in that situation, my rubbish bag, is that's one stitch up and down, okay, so start on my second one, up and down, and then my tail is away from the edge, okay, and then come back to that one and do that one again, the one at the edge, up and down, and then work those now all the way along, up, down. Again, always turn to the back because there's no point trying to poke through here from the front. I'll just pull in a little bit. Down. Now I've already got a plan in my head what this is going to look like, but already I've changed my mind, haven't I? So, nothing's set in stone, because I'm thinking now, when I've done these two outer bits and then stitched the middle, I might decide that this area needs more work. So, you know, it's not set in stone. So to finish off, just tie a knot. Like that. And then thread it through these stitches at the back so the tail is quite far away from the edge. Okay. And then turn it over. Get my little black pen, a fine liner, and draw within these. So again, have one as if it's coming in. On the outside, I'll just do the open ones, I won't do the coloured in ones. Trying to vary the direction they're travelling in. Quite difficult actually. Another little edge coming in there. I have half a one down here. Have a little bit coming in there. So there. So that's just that, simple as that. But effective when you marry that with what's going to happen with the pin pricking. So I'll go to the back, get my needle, and I'll start to prick this one here. So I always do my outer edges first. Don't know why, I just do. I find it easier that way. Now, what I could do all the outer edges, and then within this, just do little tiny circles instead of pricking the whole thing. So all the outer edges are done nearly. I can always go back and add more if I need them closer together when I look at the front, right? So start with the centre one, and then just go around it in a circular manner to try and get like a circle going on there. If I don't like it, there's nothing to stop me pricking through the whole circle, the whole of the larger circle. Turn that over, but already look at how effective that is. Can you see it? So play with it. Have a rough idea of what you want to do with this, but don't let it be set in stone. Be prepared to adapt what you're going to do. So I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'll continue working on this till next time, and then next time I'll also have more on this, and we'll start stitching on the other bit of paper. Yeah, so knock yourself out and start this one, okay? And see where it takes you. I want to stop now because it's still really sunny and I want to get some photographs for this post while the sun's shining, because knowing my luck it'll be pitch black tomorrow. Okay, any problems, any questions, I'm always here, just email me.